Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chai with Gary. Southampton play United at Old Trafford, and we got a cricket score, right? It was it was 9 for no loss.
I thought it was a rugby score, dude.
No, it was 9 for no loss. I didn't expect that, but I don't know where to start talking about this game. It was a fantastic performance by everybody, including the substitutes, including the referees, linesmen, and everybody else. Even the sportscasters.
Shout out to the man of the match, aka the referee.
No, it's the defender. It's that. It's the defender who scored an own goal and got a red card.
Oh my god! Yeah, what a disaster!
Champion.
Like honestly, man, going into this game, I knew exactly we were going to score 9 now. I knew exactly we were going to
ball X. When I saw the lineup and I saw Fred and what's his face scored, I was like, okay,
McFred.
Should I really get out of it?
Dude, I was pulling whatever was left of my hair. And now I think I've got another ball spot there. But I mean, oh my God, the lineup. What was he thinking? I was like so pissed off when I saw the lineup. And I was thinking to myself,
this is going to be one of those games, right?
It's going to be one of those games where we'll struggle and then we'll concede.
Yeah.
And then, that's it, game over.
And then, no, they'll score, they'll sit back, and we can't break them. That's exactly how I thought the game would go. Yeah. But something happened after 75 or 76 seconds. Let's talk about that. Can we?
Oh my God. What a tackle. What was he thinking?
A horrible tackle. Yeah. I think he would have, what they would have done? They would have shown the Keane highlights where Roy Keane went.
Yeah, this is how you tackle.
This is how you tackle. And he's just drawn inspiration from that. And he's like, okay, you know what? Let's put that tackle. Not only in my first game, but in my first 76 seconds of my start.
No, you know what it is, yeah? I just feel for Ralph Hasenhüttl, right? So his squad's been ravaged by injuries, big time injuries. They don't even have a bench right now as it is.
Yeah, I mean, they have a bench. I have a bench they can carry along if you want.
They brought in like a teenager who hardly played any Premier League games. Put him in potentially could have been one of the biggest games as well. And for me, look, end of the day, it's inexperience. He's still a kid and all that, and I just hope that he takes it as a lesson. But just to go back on Ralph Hasenhüttl, man, that guy, I swear, he's got nightmares about United. First time when we played at St. Mary's, okay, 2-0 up. You go 2-0 up, you control the game, you're all set to win.
And then
Bruno and Cavani come in and...
Yeah. That was the 92nd odd minute, right? 92nd odd minute.
90 seconds.
92nd.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So traumatized there, right? This game, he's absolutely fucked because he doesn't even have the players. Second minute in, the guy gets sent off, and then
it's bad enough.
So he thinks, okay, let's just defend, and that's one after another. Even fucking Wan-Bissaka is like taking crosses in.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck was going on there?
Wan-Bissaka is playing like prime Cafu. Roberto Carlos is bloody Luke Shaw. And we just putting in crosses like there's no tomorrow.
And just it's like, when you go to the doctor, he keeps pressing and asking you where it hurts. I think we figured it out saying we kept pressing Tottenham. It's like, oh, this is where it hurts. I'm going to press more. And then we just ended up putting a dagger in his heart. But anyway, you know what? Yeah. Let's just talk about. I think there were some key moments in the game that we have to talk about. The first one being the red card. And it was a red card for me. Any day of the week, any match, any league, it's a red card. I think that was the most pivotal moment I think in the game. And after that, I think United grew more confident. But you know what? I just want to bring this up. From the minute they got the red card, for the 17 minutes before the first goal went in, it was a bit uneasy,
it was because they one man down. They know that they probably reorganized the team, and kind of structured it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened to us. We just lost control of the game for a bit. And then let them back into the game.
Yeah.
But after that, like there's only so much you can do with one man
Yeah.
down. It's
And yeah, as I said, I think Luke Shaw had a fantastic game. So I think the first goal came from him, right? I think it was his.
amazing.
It was
He
his
had two
cross.
assists
Yeah, two assists.
and one goal
And
involvement. Yeah,
yeah, and it was look the first goal. It was. I think it was a beautiful cross. I think good finish by Basaka as well. I think no complaints there, man. I mean, I think Luke Shaw had a fantastic game. And shout out to Wan-Bissaka as well because his attacking prowess showed as well. So I think both of the once they went down to 10 men, I
yeah,
think both the fullbacks just bombed forward, and I think that created a lot more
yeah,
space. But what did you think? How did you see after the first goal went in?
yeah. I mean, look, it was only a matter of time until we scored. Right, it took us a while to get going, but I think once we got our rhythm and we grew a bit more into the game, gained a bit more confidence.
Yeah,
I kind of saw. I saw us scoring maybe one or two more goals,
yeah,
but nowhere near the 9
no,
goals
yeah,
that
the
we
nine,
scored.
yeah,
No way.
and this
End
is
of the
one of
day, I think the difference for this game is that our fullbacks were pushed up really high,
yeah,
which gave us a lot of width, and the quality of the crosses were also like fantastic for me.
fantastic, yeah,
And that's what you need to do as well. When you've got your fullbacks attacking, putting crosses into the box, Cavani's there. He's got great heading capability there,
he makes great
ability.
runs as well. I think he takes the
Yeah,
defenders with
great
him too.
runs. And then you've got Bruno. Bruno is another. He's almost a second striker for us, so he's there in the box as well. And you get so many players there, who can kind of get something for you.
Yeah,
But yeah, end of the day, Southampton were, I think they were almost demoralized after the red card. And then they, it was only, again, it was only a matter of time until we took the game to them.
yeah. I think there were. I think another key aspect to this was the backline was pretty high up as well. So both Maguire and Lindelof kind of bumped forward. So basically, they stifle their attack in more avenues than one, right? So you have you're playing a high defensive line. Your fullbacks are bombing forward. Your midfielders are actually making forward passes for a change rather than going back. And it was all created by space in the midfield, and this becomes really prominent, I guess, in other games where we kind of keep like one defender holding back while others are rotating. Like if you had Pogba and Bruno as midfielders, you're holding midfielders like your Matic or Scott McTominay kind of get dragged all across the park, and I think you can overcrowd them, right? So
I want to ask you one thing, though. I want to ask you one thing. We went 4-0 up, and then we almost considered what looked like a legit goal. Southampton, they were
should have
offside
got that.
by a finger.
A centimeter. Yeah.
I just wonder if that goal had gone in, whether we would have, sort of set back a bit more. That would have changed the scoreline out, I think.
Yeah, probably it wouldn't have been a 9-0 or something, but it would. I had a feeling it would have ended up like a lead scoreline, like a 6-2 or something like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely goals in it. So, but I think you brought out a good point. Now, there's a good segue for talking about this, right? One thing I did really like about Ole was the fact that he knew he was 4-0. He knew he could put the game to bed. What he does is actually, and in a good way, brings on two substitutes who are desperately low in confidence and needed game time. I think for me, it's commendable. But what did you think about them bringing Van der Beek and Martial on?
Yeah, I mean, it was only a matter of time, and then Fred got, I think, shifted to left back as well. Shaw was taken out. He did a decent enough job. He's that flexible kind of player. He's going to give you a lot of energy down the flank, and which is what you need. And then I thought, Van der Beek, I thought, he had
if you want energy, you know what? You could put a like a pump or something, right? Like a heat pump or something. That'll give you energy too, no? Or a compressor.
To be fair, it wasn't his natural position, so I can understand where he's not as comfortable as Luke Shaw. But he still did the job, so I thought it was okay. Van der Beek, he was what is the word I'm trying to look for? he was still involved in the game, but not in an obvious way.
Yeah.
I was sort of hanging around a bit, doing the simple things. And I thought he had a good enough game. There was no need to go gung ho at that point. So, he controlled the game really well. And I thought, what? A lot of people would have argued that he should have taken Bruno off. For me personally, Bruno is this kind of player who as much as you want to rest him, he lives on by confidence. And I think he really needed a goal to kind of boost his confidence up. So I think keeping him on was probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Get him the penalty, and then I think he was happier then. But I think just before then, he cast out a frustrated figure. I thought.
Yeah.
He was a bit frustrated. He was taking shots, and he's just going through a dip in form right now.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, considering the standards he set for himself, I think anything shy of that will think about it like a dip in form. But that he's just performing like any other human would, not an immortal, right? But yeah, talking about one frustrated figure to the other, it was good for Martial to come on the field, get his 2 goals. There was something about him that didn't sit well for me. I mean, there were no audacious goal celebrations. I think he was there to prove a point. I think the 2 goals he did take were top notch, especially the first one. I think brilliant. The way he controlled the ball and finished it. Even the second one was good control. But what do you think about Martial's performance?
Martial, look, he scored really good goals for the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You've got a very good point. His body language kind of suggested that I think he was almost over it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just normally when Martial scores, he'll smile. He'll hug players and all that. But this time it was it was weird. Like he was almost like not happy, or he wanted to prove a point. I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
It was very subdued in his body language.
Very subdued. It looked like he almost had enough with this whole thing. And I just don't know if this whole, obviously with the incident with the racist things on social media, I don't know if that's going to have a bigger impact on, his mental well-being and things like that. And whether he's actually looking to leave the club, potentially, because, it's gone down the pecking order now. And this whole racist thing. And also, the fact that I don't know, he's asked United to get security up to his house, and I don't know what's happening with that. So it's a concern for him. If he, in the end of the day, if you're not safe at home, then football is secondary, right? You got to
do it, and even we have our fan base, we have pundits to kind of blame for how he's feeling as well, right? So at the end of the day, you're human beings. You're bound to have off days, right? Yeah, you'd want to work hard to keep those off days as to a minimum as possible. But I think if Rashford and Martial perform the same way, I feel that there is a lot more stick given to Martial
for sure.
Rather than Rashford, because he has his out of the field, or he does a lot off the field as well for people. Rashford does. So he doesn't cop a lot of stick, right, from the English media, especially. Martial, unfortunately, finds himself in the wrong end.
Yeah, and the other thing is Martial's never talks to the camera people. He never goes and does press conferences. He's a very, very subdued person. He takes life reserved, easy going. And for him, all he wants to do is play football, go back home, be with the family. That's it. Like none of these other dramas, all this that other players want to do. So for me, end of the day, I really want things to work out, but he needs to feel safe and he needs to want to be here. If that's not there, then it's time to move on, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, look, I want him to stay, and he's a great striker and stuff like that. But something didn't sit right about Martial today, and I was kind of concerned that he was.
The thing is, man, like it's this racism thing has been going on for far too long.
Of course.
Like I think the Twitter, the social media companies like Twitter, Facebook, and all that have to take a tougher stand. I think they need to do other forms of verification before you're allowed an account on Twitter and all that. Because right now you have
look,
half of idiots who don't have a profile, right? It's just some account that
random guys,
probably some kid sitting around some shack who's put that up, and he's just having a go at players for other things besides their abilities in football, which is bad.
And look, that's a whole different topic, and I think it's a topic for another day. It is crucial, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot has been said about this matter, and it's come to a point where people need to do rather than talk, right? Change their behavior accordingly and take a stance against people who ruin it for everybody else and not realizing, first you're a human being. But anyway, moving on, dude.
On a lighter side note, Dan James scores.
Fucking hell, dude! The next,
when Dan James scores against you, you're fucked.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Fucking don't say that, poor guy. You know what? He's
if Dan James can come on and score the 92nd minute, I think
that was a good goal too. Huh? I think he took his goal really well, though.
Dude, did he really mean it though? I think
he was
dude. Come on, man. Let's not kid ourselves.
I mean, come on, Gary. Come on, dude. Any goal that he scores, he's probably not meaning it, right? Not specifically with it. You remember the goal he scored against Chelsea? The first goal of his.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't mean to score that one.
I got so excited because I thought this guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he scored against Southampton as well.
And then he's scoring. Yeah, he's scoring against Chelsea. Did he score against Crystal Palace? No, the second game.
Yeah,
he did.
Southampton,
Crystal Palace as well.
Also, so he scored three games in a row.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? This guy's a gun. Where have you been?
But you know what? Somebody after that he ran out of ammunition, so there's no bullets in that gun anymore. So he's just shooting.
But to be fair, right? In his first season, he did the things he did really well was his crossing. He had that one goal. I think he crossed to Rashford. Remember? Oh my God! What a cross that was!
It was against Norwich, I think.
Yeah.
It was against Norwich. There was his cross. I think he crossed for Rashford to score against Liverpool too, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it Wan-Bissaka? I can't remember. But I think it was. You remember Rashford goal against Liverpool last season?
Yeah.
I think I can't. Yeah. Anyway, so look, Dan James scores. I think Scott McTominay scores a beautiful little goal as well. I think it was well kind of tackled. Not tackled, but well placed. Dude, I know I wanted to keep it structured, but it's 9-0. I can't pick.
You can't structure that, man.
You know what? Let's. You can't even fucking predict 9-0, dude. Let alone anything else. The last time we scored 9 goals was probably 76 years ago, apparently.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I thought we beat Ipswich. I think we scored 9 against Ipswich.
Poor bastards.
Yeah, when Andy Cole was playing, Penny scored five of those goals. So. Yeah.
But yeah, look, one other key moment. We were awarded another penalty that I think was a red card too, but I don't know if Marshall was clever this time to kind of get a little bit more out of that rather than it being a clear card red. But
end of the day, well, fair play to him. He's got an opportunity to kind of not die, but I guess take a bit more of a fall than what
animated
most other players
reaction.
Animated. For me, end of the day, as a defender, you've got to be a bit more cautious when when you've got attacking players in your box. Any touch, and the thing is, you can't even rely on VAR these days because half the time it's VAR. VAR is bloody useless as well. So, I think it was a 50-50 thing. Depending on because the ref went to VAR again to check it out. And the thing that surprised me is a bloody red card as well.
It's a red card as well. That's what surprised me.
That surprised me, man. That was not only do you concede a penalty, here's another slap on your face. Take the red card.
Take the red card. By the way, you've already scored an own goal, so here's
here's another one.
The cherry on top.
Hasenhuttl, man, he is just looked at his face. He just looks so fucked.
Yeah, dude, poor guy. They already shot on players, and now he has to suspend.
And then you lose 9-0. I mean, and I saw his post-match review, and he was just like, he just
Oh
didn't know what
God.
to say. It's just like he just gave up. I felt so
But
bad for them,
anyway,
man. Yeah.
look, we beat someone 9-0. This doesn't happen every day. I think there are certain positives. Everybody will be feeling a lot more confident, including players who've kind of missed out on a few
But the
goals or
key
easy
here is,
chances.
Chai, not to feel overconfident.
Yeah, of course.
Just,
No, yeah,
because not, it's one thing playing against Southampton with 9 players, and it's another thing, rocking up to, Everton and beating them like 5-6-0. It's not going to happen. As long
Everton's coming
as
home, right? Everton's
Everton's
coming to
next at
United.
home, yeah, this Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So we've got to like really, okay, this is a good, it's a good bounce back from that draw and the defeat. But
Yeah.
now we go and we need to get points. We need to be
Yeah.
consistent again. Everton and a slump as well. I think they
Yeah.
just lost to Newcastle.
Newcastle 2-0, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
so
last game week, yeah.
so we've got to go in there
Or
and
yesterday.
play our best team. I think Pogba's got to start for this. I honestly think so.
Look, but at a more high level, I think after the loss against Sheffield, I think the chips were down, and something needed to kind of stimulate players. I know they've had
Yeah.
like a long season and stuff like that, and the Arsenal draw prior to that, things were just shaping up to the old ways where we go through this patch and then we don't know how to react. I think there's a reaction that's come out. That's good.
Yeah.
I think we need to remain strong for the Everton game and make sure we get the 3 points. I think that's key.
Yeah, we've got a tough run of fixtures after this. I think we've got to get points against Everton, and I'm not sure.
I think we
I can't
play
remember
West Ham in the cup as
West
well.
Ham, that's it. West Ham next week or FA Cup. It's going to be another hard game as well.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of hard games coming up. But I think end of the day, as United fans, as long as we keep our expectations to something realistic,
manageable, yeah.
I think let's just hope for top 4. That's all. That's all I really care about right now. Because that's where we're going to end up.
Absolutely, and
just
we should just take this victory as probably one that we'll remember for a very long time, that we beat a team 9-0. How it happens, it wouldn't say somebody went off in the 3rd minute, that's why you won. There have been teams that have gone one person down and still they're meant to be beaten, and we did that effectively. It's not like you lose a player, you lose the team, right? So it's there are some things we did well, there's some things we can take forward, and I hope the right things stay with the players, and then see how we perform against Everton. Then
exactly right, man. We can only beat what's in front of us, right?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, hit that like button, and please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Until the next episode, this is Chai with Gary.